Okay, here we are again. Yet another video in our series Let Supreme Ghost Thief Go. Today we're playing Escape by many people regarded as the most difficult mission in the game. And I can largely agree to that, especially for ghosting purposes. It is going to be difficult. Though there are a few isolated spots that are very difficult. If you know the layout of the mission and know a pretty efficient route around it, it shouldn't be too bad. And I've been able to improve on my previous run on this one, so let's load up the last save game and we can watch 2 briefings.
I can't tell you how pleased I am with you, Mr. Garrett. I simply can't find the words. But perhaps Victoria can help me in that regard. She has such a way with them.
Yes, we are both so very pleased.
Victoria?
Even though the eye is defective.
What?
Victoria is quite right, Mr. Garrett. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but this eye is completely blind.
It's a rock. It's what you asked for. Am I gonna get paid or not?
Of course. Victoria, are you prepared to give Mr. Garrett his compensation?
Bow to the woodsy lord, and offer up your flesh eye so that his eye of stone may see, man-fool. Bids he then the spruces to singer him an antlers, and the woodsy lord binders them fleshes to stone.
Did you think those ancient phrases were mere words, man-fool? Look at me! I am the woodsy lord, the trickster of legend. If you be thirsty, flesh thing, drink of me. If you be hungry, then feed, for I am the honey maker and the jumpsberry.
He am the leaf that feeders on the fleshed ones, thems that calls themselves builders, and wielded up a hammers against him.
My poor Mr. Garrett, you will not live to see the sprawling glory of it. Your sacrifice is not yet complete. 9 lilacs and 9 thistlades must feed, and I? Stands he then in the green's infested maw, and speeds he out his judgments upon the weeps and writhing man-folds.
Yes.
Since you left us, you have been a stone rolling downhill. Now you must aim this remarkable momentum. It is past time for the balance to shift.
They come. What? Wait!
The trickster will not forgive you for doing what he could not. Nor, I trust, will you forgive us.
Keepers. Looks like I better get moving, or whatever those things are will waste a perfectly good rescue.
Okay. So we have to get our stuff back. Constantine wouldn't have put you through all this if he didn't have some serious plans for the Eye. You'd better find out what. If you want to survive, you'll have to get out of here. So interestingly, the get your stuff back objective disappears once we start the mission, so we don't actually have to get our stuff back. I'm not sure why that hasn't been fixed with T-Fix and all the updates, but anyway. Now, I did say that I have improved on this run. That does not mean I can Supreme Ghost it. There's no way this mission can be Supreme Ghosted. It can be perfect thieved. You can get all the loot and adhere to the ghost rules, but you cannot go without taking multiple Supreme busts. But I'm going to try to minimize those as much as I can. We will have to douse 2 torches, I believe, and we'll have to take, I think, about 7 first alerts. But that's actually not too bad for this difficult of a mission. And we're not going to pick up anything that we don't need. But we do need to pick up a few things. We start with the sword, and I think we also have the compass, and that's all. And the total that we got from Return to the Cathedral is going to be important, because we can pick up all that loot in one purse towards the end of the mission. And depending on how much we got in the previous mission, the total loot amount available in this mission will be adjusted accordingly. So we could then have taken 2126. So we're 50 below already what we could get for total for this mission. Let's see. There. Now, we do start in the little chapel or altar room in the basement of Constantine's Manor from the sword. These are the doors that we went through. They're not pickable or anything like that. And now the door has disappeared where I showed you we couldn't open back in the sword. Back here you have 3 noisemaker arrows, our blackjack, and 2 rope arrows. Those are the noisemakers. I'm going to need 2 rope arrows. So I'm going to take those right now. It's not a bust to pick up if you need it. But we don't need more than 2. Notice that we start with only 5 health shields. We should be safe here. Here's a fire arrow and here's a moss arrow. Now there are 3 patrollers. There's a bug beast and 2 monkey men. Bug beasts walk very slowly, so they can be a little bit tedious to sort of move around. There is a gas arrow up there that I want to take, and there's a loot in that little hole in the wall. So let's see. Should be safe here. Shoot a rope in there. I just want to check to see that they don't alert to that rope. I don't think they do. Now they can turn around at different points. Now in here is a cave where you can find a fruit. These are healing fruits. They are quite useful for stacking if you want to create little stacks, which we are not going to need to do. Okay. So we have to wait here until we can climb up that rope. Might have been better just to have stayed on the ramp there, because now I can't see anything. Might have an opening here. Oh, he turned around. gotta reload until he doesn't turn around there. Good. We took that gas arrow. Gas arrows, you can use to douse torches, and it's quieter than water arrows. So that's why I picked that one up. We will need two gas arrows in total. I took a gold nugget as well in here. And there are 2 noisemaker arrows. There are 6 broadheads, 2 gas mines, a regular mine, and 2 flash bombs in this chamber. Not sure if this is supposed to be a prison chamber or something, because there's obviously been somebody in here before. So now we can just drop.
Nobody, nothing.
So we can't avoid first alerts, but I will avoid them as much as I can. There is going to be a lot of stop and go. That's why the mission is so difficult. There's very few shades, or very few shadows. Seems to be some sound issues here on the ledge.
Hey, you!
Okay. We have to head south here.
Look there! Something.
That little howl there is the bug beast's first alert. Go. In that cave you can see a fruit. We're not going to take that. There is also a water arrow in there. And we're going to head east around the corner. I don't think the bug beast turns around. He has a predictable patrol. It's the other 2 guys that are troublesome. This is a mission that I think really, where the Necro Age mod really fits. Because it's supposed to be dark. The caves are dark. We got it here.
What's that?
Ooh. So here's the water arrow. Here's a moss arrow. Have to be a little bit careful here. I'm gonna make a real save in this area. We have to be a little bit careful behind us. They can see us, sort of. We basically have to get here so we can grab this nugget without getting spotted by any of those patrollers. fire elemental here, you can see. Okay, good. Oh.
You look see that too?
If he could turn around there... then we have a chance. He didn't. Okay. It's just to get that nugget, really. This is a difficult portion, so... next we have to head up into that cave. There is no map to talk about. All it shows is that we are below the first floor, in the caves underneath this basement of Constantine's Manor. That's really all there is. So, I've made maps, my own personal maps. See, now that guy comes back too. I think what we have to do... just do that. Oh, there is a fruit as well over there in this cave. Oh, I didn't take the nugget there. Oh, whoa, whoa. Come on, come on, come on. Get up there. Oh. Fire arrow and a fruit there. No, I can't do that. Fire arrow and fruit. We can, I think, hide back here. Yeah, we should be able to. Wait for him to come back. Good, and I showed you there was a fruit outside that treehouse down there. We're going to get to that treehouse later. Oh, I had problems with that drop there. Some moss arrow. And there are 4 water arrows in this little wall pool here. It's an odd thing. Okay, this area here. Now we're in the northern spider caves. And this is the southernmost area of those caves. This area here. There's a spider, and he is facing south due to the whole butt vision of spiders. Let me just show you. Kill him. And show you up here. This area is just southeast of the treehouse that we went to just a little bit ago. And out here there's tons of patrollers, and there's a stationary fire elemental just below this plateau I'm on. And what you can find in this area here, you can see a gas arrow. On the ground down there is a fire arrow, and on a little stone plateau like that, but on the north side of this little area, are 2 water arrows. My ghost challenge for this mission, you have to start here, and without busting Ghost, you cannot do this without busting Supreme, there's no way. But without busting Ghost, I want you guys to get past this spider, and I want you to get over to where that stationary fire elemental is, and I want you to get all the items there. That basically means get the gas arrow, get the fire arrow, and get the 2 water arrows, and come back up to this location here without busting Ghost. So that means you can use, water arrows, to douse torches or whatnot. That you can do. You can take first alerts. That doesn't matter, but you cannot trigger anybody to hunt mode, basically, and you cannot deal any damage or take any damage. So if you can do that, that'll be a challenge. That's I did it just recently, and it's possible. You're obviously going to have to pick up some equipment to do this, so that is a nice challenge. I think that is challenge number 21, I believe. So there you go. Chew on that one for a little bit. Now we are going to head up here. Now there's a spider that we have to avoid. Stay on the left side, we can do that. Okay. In here, that spider, there's no way you can get into this cave without dousing this torch. And that triggers a first alert from the spider. In Old Dark, I was able to douse this torch with a water arrow without triggering a first alert. But it doesn't always happen. You have to take a first alert when going in, though. Let me just show you. You can rush in on the left side here. If you climb on top of a little slope and get the gold nugget in the background there. There's also a water arrow. And then to get back out, you actually have to push the spider, which you can do if you stand behind him on the side and sort of lean into him as he pivots. Then you can push him. You can push him over to that corner and then sneak out of here again, getting another first alert, I think. So this is not worth it for Supreme, so we have to skip that 100 loot there. So that's the first out of 2 loot items that we have to skip for that mode. Now here is a very difficult to find dark spot. There. I think that we are safe from the spider you see coming here. There's one patrolling spider, and there's a bunch of stationary ones. Up here is a stationary spider. There's nothing of interest there besides, I think, a moss arrow. There's also a moss arrow here. We need to go down that way. And we cannot get first alerts doing that. This is going to be difficult. I'm going to make a real save. We need that spider to continue on. Down that. We cannot have him turn around. Then he's going to catch us. If we're going to do this without any first alerts. There. We got him. Now we have to go backwards. Basically what we have to do here is climb up this location, then very, very slowly make our way down here. Can't go too fast, because then we'll get spotted by either this patrolling spider or the spider right behind me. So I'm just moving along the top ledge here now. Ah! I was almost there. Why did I do that last thing there? I'm moving towards the upper ledge now. I'm basically crouching and strafing and running. So I can control by moving my mouse how fast and what angle I'm at. To get to this junction I have to push a little bit more towards the wall. I didn't know how far I was. There we go. Okay. Now, this spider is then facing south as well. You can see when it turns like that. So, in Old Dark, I actually had to douse the torch here to get back out of this cave. I could get in without taking a first alert, because you can drop down from the... Or not, I have to take a first alert, but not without getting caught more than that. So I think that... Let me try. Okay, so I can do that. I don't think there's any way we can avoid that first alert, is there? No, there's no way we can do that. So that first alert is inevitable. That is the first one. Okay. Here I think we're good. Up here is where I said you could get to the cave that we didn't go up. And you can find a moss arrow on that ledge behind a spider. You can stack 4 fruits up here, jump on top of the torch, and then mantle up to get it. But I don't have any fruits because I'm not interested in any moss arrows. And now we get close to one of our main objectives, actually. The information... So he saw me. And what I'm hoping for is there's 2 patrolling bug beasts here. I hope those are pretty close to each other, which they are. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, this is beautiful, because this is such a difficult cave if those bug beasts are very opposite. So we get caught here the minute we enter the light, so we're not going to do that, because we can't get through this cave. Without. If you use a gas arrow here, I usually do not get first alerts, which I didn't do there. But using a gas arrow, or dousing a torch rather, is not allowed for Supreme, so this is a Supreme bust. And what we have to do now... Oh. I let go of the button too fast. We can use a rope arrow. That wasn't a very good placement, was it? That's better. This is good because I can wait for them to head back, and I think I should be able to sort of mantle straight onto the rope here. If I mantle up, I think I should catch onto the rope. My goal is not to get any first alerts in this cave, only dousing the torch. In my opinion, a first alert is the weakest or the lowest type of bust, or the mildest bust, I should say. That you can take for Supreme. But here, so if I only got a first alert getting into this cave, I didn't have to douse the torch. But you can't get through this cave only with a first alert. The amount of busts you take for me matters, and when it comes to kind of busts or type of busts, these are not first alerts, by the way, which you're hearing. What type of busts? A first alert is my first choice. In here you have 1, 2, 3 silver nuggets. And you have a readable. Draw as described star. Marks the compasses. The eye shows the marksy lines of power. Marks the compass borning, the compass leaf, the stormsy compass, the flamesy compass, the compass tidestream, the compass stone, the compass darkness. Weights each starsy point with elements of the compass with pure truest. Weights the center with the eye, fed man's blood, sees the compasses and the blood trail to the true world. Each compass walks the elements forth, paints to the eye colors of heartsman chaos, for follow the eye back to the mancy world. Binds the eye visions, gathers the sights the glories, opens full as the eye to see forth the world, blood called, compass painted, chaos fed, paintings on the world the images showed. So this is fairly cryptic, but this is the ritual that the trickster is going to do in the maw, basically. So that checks off finding some information. We're also going to need a second gas arrow, so I'm going to grab this one. And what you also can find in here is a rope arrow, a flash bomb, a mine, and that's it. There's nothing else. Yep, rope arrow, flash bomb, mine. We don't need the gas arrow just yet. The second one, but since I was here, I took it. There is another gas arrow you can take very late in the mission, which is when we're going to need it. But anyway, I'm so happy that those bug beasts patrol together here. And here you can actually stand and look. So frogs only have one type of first alert. And you can hear it so clearly. Awesome. This went so much easier than I thought. That is great. So we have both of our rope arrows still. So in Old Ark then, I had to douse this torch to get back out. Which I don't have to do anymore. So I don't know why that is. Maybe it isn't positioned the same way or something. I don't know. So now we have to get back out. Now we have to head west and follow where we saw the spider went last time. And we have to do that without another first alert from this guy. We've gotten 2 first alerts there from that spider. Which is okay, I guess. Taken 2 first alerts and used doused 1 torch so far. Come on, come on, come on. It's annoying that he came back there. He does get stuck there every once in a while, and then all you have to do is save and reload, and he'll get back on track. It's only when he takes a little trip down the side tunnel there. Okay, come on. Wait here. Maybe we can actually. Maybe we can. We don't have to travel up on that slope. That we need to get up on that slope. To fool the spider behind us. So I want to eliminate that first alert here. I need him to go a different direction or something, go up there. That's good. No, you can't go back here. So I need to get into that corner. And he needs to continue down there. This is just a matter of trial and error here until he goes where I want him to go. Can't do that. There's a water arrow in that cave, and you can sneak over there pretty easily, and sneak in behind that spider and get it. We need this spider now to go east. He was heading up that slope, so that's great. Water arrow. Gold nugget. Worth 100, total 400. That's great. Okay, good with those caves. Or done with those caves. Let's see how far he actually comes over here. Now we're actually back at the beginning. This is the fruit that I showed you early on. We're gonna head into that little cave. In here are 2 more water arrows in this little wall puddle. Don't need that, we need to get in here.
Sees that me?
I don't think we're safe there.
You look see that too?
He saw me. The bug beast saw me. Let's go through here. Another water arrow up here. But more importantly, there's a diamond. With 100, total 500. And yet again, we have to go through here. I guess his peripheral vision makes sense. He's got eyes that are sticking out the back of his head almost. Can wait here again. And now we're going to head directly south in that cave. There. Oh, and there are 2 patrollers. South of this location here. There's another moss arrow on the ground there, by the way. Okay, let me just... No. Here we're good. Now what we need to do is there are 2 silver nuggets on in the gray portion of the wall above the entrance there. Not 100% safe here, actually. I guess we're 99% safe, I'm not sure. Let's see here. Good, didn't get any first alerts there. Those 2. Let me show you. Doesn't matter if we get caught here. I'm gonna reload. So this is a way to the middle treehouse. There's nothing that we are gonna pick up or read in here. But in this cave you have a noisemaker arrow, 2 gas mines. You have a flash bomb, you have a rope arrow, and you have 10 broadhead arrows. So 5 different objects of interest in here. But it's a very difficult cave to get into. Or you have to wait quite a bit. Found a pretty good spot here. Right on the outside of this wall puddle. 2 more water arrows here. Here there's no way you're gonna get caught. At least I've stood here for countless patrol routes of those guys. We're gonna head into the gray cave you see in the distance there. And we're coming up on another very difficult area. So the gray caves we saw where we took the silver nuggets, that's the entrance to the south spider caves. Oh, he turned around. Oh, he saw me. I just wasn't crouching. That's why. Go in here, take a silver nugget. There's also a moss arrow here. Oh, there was also a purse there that I have to wait a little bit for that. They can turn around at random spots, or there are set spots they can turn around, but whether they do is random. That's what I meant to say. So in that case, it's just a matter of sort of waiting for the right moment. You want them to patrol together, which they can do. We want to head down to where they are. You can't get up here, but you can hear a spider up there. And this next portion is pretty horrible, because I want to do it and be able to keep Supreme intact for that section. And there's another readable, the last readable, which is one of my favorite readables in the entire game coming up. So I want to keep that, be able to read that for the Supreme Run. But that's easier said than done. That was worth 100. So that's a total of 750. Okay, so I'm actually going to make a real save here. It is safe. The light pulsates here, and if the monkeys come, they turn around right at this junction. And there's a lot of patrollers on to the east here. If they come over here and they turn not the way the guy was turning now, but towards the cave where I'm at, when the light is at its brightest, then they are going to catch me. But I can just reload if that happens, and I should be able to avoid that. So diamond, a water arrow.
You see something?
Okay, well I might have a shot here, because if they are all moving north, I want to head south.
See something?
So if that happens, then we're going to get caught.
I'll be trickster. Nothing but her.
3 monkey men are coming that way, so here we have to wait for an opportunity. So I want to get to the last tree house in the mission here. The problem really is the pulsating light, because that brings so much unpredictability to the scenario that it's ending up being more trial and error than calculated moves here. Oh, he sees me even if I am...
Who's in there?
Oh, there wasn't much in that.
Sees that me?
This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be so tough. This might take some waiting. Feel free to skip forward. I can't. Annotations are not possible on YouTube anymore, and I kind of wish it was. Because I know some of you are not interested in watching this, but I'm interested in showing it. So there you go.
I'll be trickster. Let's see.
There are 7 patrollers, I think. Here we have our chance. Yeah, we have our chance here for sure. Oh, he needs to go further into the cave or something.
Who's in there? Halt! Thief!
Is that here? Are they like on their way down here or something? Can he? Yes, awesome. Okay. Good, he hasn't seen me, that fire elemental. He would make those noises if he saw me. Good. In this cave overall there is a fruit, and I believe there is a moss arrow as well. Here, but nothing else. You can hide up there. Hide right there, and then we have to sneak into the cave now. That's also difficult because there's so many patrollers. This is the kind of sequence that I wish that I was able to, or had the time or motivation to actually just put together the clips of the run where I succeeded. So I don't have to, or so I could show you a run edited with a perfect run all the way from beginning to end, rather than showing you all the failed attempts. But hey, that's what my channel's about. It's mostly failed attempts. Supreme is mostly failures. There we go. Good. Okay. Outside this treehouse, there are 2 fruits, by the way. Not just one that I said. There are 2 fruits. And 1 moss arrow. In this treehouse, you can find a mine, a gas mine, 2 flash bombs, and 2 noisemaker arrows. And then this readable. The world as I once knew it was a place of magic, full of mystery and inhabited by creatures of glamour and terror. The men who lived there lit their bonfires and wondered at what crept and lurked in the darkness outside their weak circles of light. All their dreams, their aspirations and dreads come from that darkness. Now, as the forces of progress cover the meadows in brick and cobblestone, as they replace the majestic loft of tree with the blocky ponderousness of building, they also light the world in their electric, actinic glare. With the lighting of the shadows, man loses his ability to fear and to dream. The night, once the font of the unknown, becomes only the lack of the sun. I have conceived of a plan to revive the darkness, to bring a resurrection of the ability to fear and dream. And, once my dark project is realized, they shall know again to fear and love their Lord. Constantine. I don't know, to me there is sort of a poetic message, the message of the game in that one readable. The twisted ideas of Constantine that he is trying to bring to fruition here. Not that I personally agree with the sentiment, of course, but I don't know, it captures the game quite nicely. So we're about an hour in, and we've gotten further than I thought in an hour. I always have sort of a time in my head of how long a mission would take, and sometimes I'm way off. Good. Didn't get caught there. Now the last one is, of course, getting back. And that can be immensely difficult. Because not only do we have to get out here and down the hall to the west, but we have to be lucky enough not to get caught by the 2. There were 2 there. So that one guy turned around. He doesn't have to turn around. Oh, no, no, no.
What's that? Out!
Have I made a big mistake here now? Stand that corner there. You can't get over it. Yeah. That guy cannot come.
I see you now. Not your move.
Why do you turn around? There we go. Okay. Now we have to head around south. So of course now those patrollers are coming up there, so we have to dodge those as well.
Sees that me? Something better.
But it's really just a matter of being a little bit lucky. There's a moss arrow there as well. Those monkey men are the most annoying because they can cover such a big distance, can see you all the way.
Who's gets you?
I don't like that fire elemental because that is very difficult to...
What's that?
We have to wait for that monkey man to leave. We're almost out of this section of the mission now. It's just through the north or the south spider caves and we're good. Oh! It's like literally the last inch. No, we can't do that. Here, I would have made that if I had just been a little bit quicker and not hit that stupid grab. And that's still a little problem with the Dark engine, is that the surface that you're going on sticks with you for a while. Good. So we passed a moss arrow there, as you saw, and there's also a fire arrow. Yeah, there was no first alert there. There's a water arrow here. Okay. Let's make a save there. This next section is then the South Spider Caves. And I wouldn't say it's as difficult as the northern ones. But we have to wait for a favorable sequence of patrols here. Oh. Well, we couldn't have asked for anything better than that. Good. So we can sneak in on this side. Grab a gold nugget. There's a moss arrow also over here. I do think we're safe in this hall, but I think that they do... Okay, if they are in this, you know, taking the same patrol route, that is excellent. Where they're headed down in that cave, you can find a water arrow, and that is a cave that has a hole that can drop you back down to the gray caves. That, where we took a silver nugget earlier, where the monkeys patrolled underneath, where I said you can't get back up. So there's a water arrow in there. Okay, this is fantastic. This is not fantastic. Behind me alerts. Okay, I can maybe do this if he continues down there. Is that turning around? Don't turn around, don't turn around. Don't turn around, I said. Oh, you're talking half a second. There. Whew. We can't have those guys come back up. We have to have them go back down. They get stuck there for a little bit and they... They have a rather lengthy patrol that way. If we are just a little bit lucky with the choices they make. It's just another one of those. Have to wait for a favorable. No, now I'm screwed. Now I'm screwed. I gotta reload here. But we did have a very, very favorable condition earlier, so maybe this is actually for the better. If they can just make the same choices here. Let's see how they're doing right now. Oh, we can stay here too. That's awesome. Yeah, that's why I got caught on the other side. The other one can't come back. It's as simple as that. We have to be able to get down there. There's a patch of shadow down there. Patch of shade, I should say. And here we get caught by the other spider if we go too fast. But this is it. This is what we want. Oh yeah. So there. This is where we want to stay. I think. Yeah, we have to stay there, and sometimes they alert. Sometimes they don't. We just have to wait for a condition where they don't, basically. Right here. They both need to pass that way, and then we can scoot up where they are. Okay, he did not alert there. But if he goes down that little patch there, and we also have to dodge the monkey men. Those lovely. This is where the silver nuggets were on the roof, by the way. So they only catch us through first alert, so that means this is a pretty good shadow. It's not a perfect shadow, but it's close. Oh wow, now they are both going that way. I wonder if they ever go down that cave to the north there. Seems like that first guy is set to go down that direction. And then it seems like he will catch us no matter what, almost. If I do this, let's try that. Let's try that. And now he comes back this way. How convenient. Yeah, I need them both go up to the south, and they will eventually. There we go. He heard me? Or saw me, rather? Okay. So we're coming up on the most difficult area to sneak by in the entire mission, by far. If you thought it had been difficult so far, it's going to get even worse, because my goal here is to do this next part without using any moss arrows. That is my goal. Here, what did I get stuck on? Like, where's the torch or something? This is actually a quite difficult area to get through, so I've found an opening here. That I'm happy I found. If it's still there, though. Good. Here we can find a water arrow and 10 broadheads. Alright, let me explain what's going on here. Let me make a real save. Huh. No, what did I do? Let me actually try something here. I might be able to do this here. I don't know. I don't know if they will... let me reload a couple of times and see if that's possible here. They both turn around. Will that mean that they turn around every single time, or do they have a randomness to it? See there? They both need to turn around there.
Who's in there?
I can probably do this, man. If he just turns that corner, then I can do this. I don't know if he will, though. I think maybe he's already set there. Incredible. I did that on, like, the first try. Please? Yes. And up here there are also... I'm gonna make a real save. So humanly fast. So I did exploit the fact that there's a randomness to their turning, but they can either turn around or they can turn around that corner. And they were so close together that I could sneak up on the left side without getting hurt and then jump onto the carpet and hide in that alcove. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna go back so that I can show you a few items. Let me make sure that I'm not gonna take those items, but there are a few items down there. I cannot believe I just did this. I've always had to use a moss arrow in that ramp, but I found out that if you wait a long time, you can do it without. Down here, this is a weird area. Here you actually can see part of Constantine's Manor, where there was a diamond and a nugget in the sword. Here's a moss arrow, by the way. This will take you back down to some of the patrollers, and back here there is another fruit. Oops. That's all there is in that area. And up here is a fruit. back here is a fruit. You can't see it, but yeah, there you can. So those are all the pickables, really. Awesome. Fantastically awesome. Up here, we're going to take a nugget. Worth 100, total 1,050. So here, monkey men can get stuck behind this barrel. They go through this barrel, I think, and they get stuck between the wall and this big barrel. Sometimes they go around on this side. Many times they won't. Alright. So now I can explain a little bit here. Because now we're back. We've just arrived here. Much of the lower floor, so the ground floor of Constantine Mansion, is accessible. Okay? The parts that lead to the garden is covered. And there's a lot of changes to the mansion overall. Obviously, Victoria have, grown a lot of stuff, and both the Trickster and Victoria are sort of give woodsy power to a lot of vegetation, sort of, or foliage existing around. And obviously, there's a lot of guards. There's a lot of monkey men. I can't remember exactly how many, but 4 or 5 monkey men at least that have a pretty long patrol route. There's a couple of stationary ones too, and a stationary bug beast, more by the main entrance. We don't have to get close to the main entrance. However, in the east guard tower here, so this is the outside, there is a diamond and a fire arrow. Now you cannot get that for Supreme. You can get it for Ghost, but it requires dousing 2 torches, one in the hallway right where we are now, to pass south because there's a frog here. Frogs are now introduced. Yeehaw. Well, yeah, we saw them earlier too, but now they get even more prominent. So, for Supreme, there's no way to get to that diamond, so that's the other 100 loot, so 200 total that we have to skip for this mission. If you use 2 water arrows and a moss arrow in the hallway, you can actually sneak past 2 frogs, one in each of these hallways, and not get spotted by a bug beast that is stationed closer to the main entrance. You can go in there and get that diamond and come back. You have to dodge a lot of patrolling monkey men in this area at the same time, but you can do that for Ghost. That's not too difficult. But for Supreme, we're going to skip it. So we are simply going to head straight across the hallway here. There's a moss arrow in the hallway here too. What you hear are monkey men. Let's see what he does. Oh, good. He went around it, so he doesn't get stuck in it. At this point, it doesn't matter if he gets stuck, because we're not going to need to go that way anyway.
Sees that?
Ooh. So what we can do is just rush across the hallway and only take a first alert from that.
See something?
Now he saw me. We have to take a first alert, but that's okay. Back here. So now we're in the bar area. You might remember these rooms from the sword. There's a gold goblet. Or a goblet, another goblet. There's a fruit up here. Gold vase worth 100, and there's 2 bottles of wine worth 50 each. Total 1280, that's what we should have. So we skipped another diamond then, so 200 skipped. And there is then the 50 from Return of the Cathedral that we couldn't take. And since that's added to this mission, there's a total of 250 that we can't take in this mission. Oops. What is this? Difficult to get over that little ledge there. Man! What is... Let's wait for that guy to leave, why don't we? Huh. Oh. Comes back. What is... We can't get up there. Okay, let me just go back down and around that. Man. I just can't remember that being an issue at all when I played last time. Now we have to get past the bug beast here, and that we can do without dousing any torches. But we have to be lucky with the monkey men here in their patrol. You can sneak around the corner this way and get in behind him to get that purse on the ground. That's our previous loot, by the way. And we have to sort of mantle on top of that plant to get around the corner further east, no west. Oh, he heard me now. I can't be that careless. There we go. So we do get a first alert from him there, and we will get another one when we head out around that corner. So we have taken, that was the fourth first alert we were taking. There. So that was the 2076 from our previous mission. So that's 3,356 so far. So that's 250 less than we can get here. We don't really need to go upstairs, but I want to show you a few things. Here's a fruit. And here's the other gas arrow I talked about. If you need a gas arrow this late, then you can get one. We took one earlier, so we don't need to take that one. Like I said, I like to use gas arrows instead of water arrows because they are quieter. And I don't know, a water arrow would leave like a wet spot or something, you know, wet area around the doused torch. So the gas arrow sounds a little more stealthy. We're almost done here. We'll get this done in like 2 hours. So the monkey men have a very long patrol route, and they can pretty much go all over the mansion here in the first floor. And if we are unlucky, they might cover the patrol. Or their patrol might cover the area we're going now. Yeah. Just wait a little bit more then. Yeah, like I said in the previous video, I removed the HD mods and the Necroaid mods vegetation skins. They just their shape is completely different, and it actually blocks a lot of your view. I like this compact basic shrubbery looking structure. I don't like that whole leafy, branchy thing. It's too much of a different look for me. No, you are not going to come back. Oh, there is another monkey man there. But I thought he was stationed the other direction. I guess he turns then. Let's hope we're lucky here. He does? I know he faces away too.
Sees that?
So that he better do. Otherwise, you are There we go. Here's a diamond, worth 100, total 34.56. Okay, now I don't think anybody's using this door. I don't think so. I'm not 100% though. I don't think so. I think they use the other door and this doorway. And here is our last problem, another frog. Or not the last, but the last biggest problem. So in order to get past him, and we have to go south here to leave the mission. We will need to douse this torch right here. There's no way. You cannot exit through the doorway further south. The torch and the mushroom combined are too bright. Okay, let's just do that then. So that does confirm my theory. I don't think anybody's using this door. I don't know, but I don't think so. We're safe here, pretty much. Now in here there's a fruit. It's right behind the plant there, by the mushroom. You can get it from a door around this corner. Pulsating lights here. We took a diamond worth 100 again. Total 35.56. Yep. Now we're gonna tackle this frog. Now you might notice that there is in the ceiling, that's where the hole was up to the second floor in the sword. And there we can place a couple of rope arrows, the 2 that we have. So we're safe here. Save here. Okay. So the first one we want to place something like that, maybe? And the second one, something like that. That's right on top of that shrubbery there. We've made it real safe, so we can try this one. We should be able to get in here without a first alert, though. Because that we need to do. It's when we are hit by the torch around the right corner here. Good. Here's a moss arrow. And down here is actually the door. Oh, no, we never found out what this door was about, did we? That wasn't able to be opened in the sword or this mission. That doesn't seem like the right texture. Here's a fruit and another diamond. 36.56. Now we have to get past this frog. So we can leap straight onto this first rope. We will take a first alert doing that, but we can. That's a first alert. We can jump straight onto the second rope without taking another first alert here. he saw me. He went to second level mode there. Yeah. So we have to do that, otherwise he sees us fully. We have to go... Oh, wow. So we will take 2 first alerts from him. That's 1. So we can we don't have to take more than 2. Yeah, if he takes 2 in quick succession, then he will go to hunt mode. No, that's the hunt mode. That's the settling remark. Now he's settled again. No, we can... There. Okay, there. I didn't get a first alert on the second jump there. That's how I did it last time, but you have to get a first alert when you go down here. Yeah, there. And then when you get down a little bit more, he settles. So we took 2 there. 1 on the first jump, and 1 when we lowered ourselves from the last rope. Now I actually haven't been able to drop back down here without getting that clunk. So what I usually do is I just do that. So we took 2 more there, and that's 7 in total. 2 more first alerts, that's 7. So I'll round it all up at the end. And this is the area by the front door. You guys can see 1, 2 bug beasts there, right? And a bunch of monkey men. In here you have some broadheads. 5 broadheads. Nobody comes in here. Here's another bug beast. And here I usually use a rope. Get up here. 2 pieces of loot left. 3, sorry. 1 here and 2 in the next room. Now this, in New Dark, this area is actually fairly difficult. In Old Dark it wasn't. Because in New Dark it seems like enemies react a lot easier to wood. When you step normally on wood, that little thump that you make, if you're too close to an enemy, then they actually alert to you. See? That never would have happened in Thief Gold, I guarantee you that. Or in... But if you use those grassy areas... we have to be a lot faster than that, so I'm gonna have to time the next cycle when he comes over.
What's that?
Now he saw me, but if I can jump... onto those little piles of whatever it is, then I should be able to get out there.
What's in there?
So he hears me so easily. That was never a problem in Old Ark. Last little hurdle here and we're through.
That's you.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe I can jump. Directly to that one. I don't have to jump from that first mile. Man, I could do this. I did this before. Oh, that's how I did it. Okay, I didn't take both of them. I just took one. Yeah, you can do that and then get out. Okay, that's how I did it. Didn't crouch. Oh, now he... the bug beast heard me.
What's that?
There we go. Now we're done. Yes. Whew. Okay, so that was a successful ghost. Nowhere near a supreme ghost, but anywho. Who really cares? Let's go through everything after we looked at the stats. So 55 minutes, 51 seconds. It's a pretty good time for this one. Found 3856 loot out of 4056. So the loot total should be 4106, but since we didn't get all the loot from the previous mission, then that has been lowered by 50, and then we didn't take 200 of the loot. We skipped a gold nugget in the North Spider Caves. There's no way you can get into that cave without dousing a torch and taking multiple first alerts and pushing the spider, so And we skipped another diamond in Constantine's Manor on the ground floor in the southeast area. I didn't show you that, but it's there. You can try to get it on your own for Ghost, but you have to douse multiple torches and use a moss arrow. And take first alert, so 200 lower than we could have gotten. Locks picked 0, backstab 0, knockout 0, damage dealt 0, damage taken 0, healing taken 0, innocents killed none, and others killed 0. Campaign totals. Time so far 15 hours, 52 minutes, 49 seconds. Loot so far 32,081, and total damage dealt 298 and received 0. That's 270 for the haunts in the previous mission, and 28 to the training dummy. No, the sparring partner and the training dummy total. Alright, so what did we bust here? Well, we obviously didn't take all the loot, but those are not busts, really. We used 2 gas arrows. We used one in order to get to the treehouse, the cabin that had the information we needed to get. We used the gas arrow there because a water arrow would have spawned first alerts. Gas arrows quieter, but we didn't take any first alerts in that cave. But dousing that torch is a bust to supreme. We took 2 first alerts from the spider to and fro that cabin, or that treehouse, in the cave right before we got to it. We took 1 first alert. We didn't take any more until we got to Constantine's Manor. We did not use any moss arrows or anything like that. We took 1 first alert from the frog when we crossed the first hallway on the east side of the ground floor. We took 2 first alerts passing the bug beast, where our loot from the previous mission was located. And we took 2 first alerts from the frog on the west side when we jumped onto the first rope, and then when we lowered ourselves from the last rope. I've never been able to reduce it to more than 2, or to less than 2 first alerts there. So 7 alerts in total. I enjoy this mission. I like how it's different, and I really like how you see the changes or the effects that Constantine, or the Trickster, and Victoria have had on the mansion. You know, the changes. I think this is a nice way of reusing the same mission, or the same layout, the same design from a previous mission. It's nowhere near as good as the sword, but it's pretty good. I would give it an 86%. I think it comes in 6th out of the 15 missions in Deep Gold. It is fairly scary just because of the new enemies, and it's difficult. I like the fact that it's difficult, but it can be very confusing. That is a con. It's very confusing. You don't have any map whatsoever, and many of the caves look almost identical. You've got multiple spider caves that look the same, similar colors. And unless you draw a map, it can be pretty overwhelming, and if you don't have motivation to keep going, it can be pretty easy to just skip this one. I can understand that. Once I got into it, I enjoyed it a lot. But to some, it can be too difficult. That I can understand. Ghosting is extremely difficult. Personally, I don't like the frogs. I hate the frogs. I don't know why. The others are okay, but the frogs are difficult to understand as an enemy. I don't know. But overall, a pretty good mission. Sort of medium plus, I would say. But I do enjoy my way through it, and I'm happy that I was able to eliminate all use of moss arrows for this one. So, the next mission I'm doing is probably not going to be Strange Bedfellows. I do want to do the next mission in Death's Cold Embrace. So I might have that up already. You'll see. I'm not sure if I'll have time for that. I might be able to tomorrow. But they'll all be uploaded at the same time. But I will, of course, get back to the last 2 missions, which aren't that great, but shouldn't take that long to prepare either. So anyway, thank you for sticking with me through this one. I hope you enjoyed it, you know, despite all the trial and error. Anyway, enjoy your day, and I'll see you back next time. Bye-bye.